The chair will now recognize Senator Allan Cayetano and then turn over the presiding job to the regular chair.
Thank you, Senate President.
Mr. President, Madam Chairman, Chairperson, before I ask my questions, out of respect to Chairman Iqbal and to the side of the MILF who humbly came here to the hearing, and out of thanksgiving that he is here today, I will not argue with him about terrorism, and I do not want it to be an embarrassing situation because we do want the lines to be open. However, allow me to make these manifestations, then they will be free to answer later on, or I am available anytime, anywhere, in any forum to discuss all of this. First of all, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, I'd like to manifest that the statement of Secretary Deles that the MILF flirted with terrorism, that is the word she used, that any revolutionary group flirts with terrorism, is not that accurate. I have here before me a report given to the members of the Congress of the United States of America, updated August 10, 2007, Congressional Research Service, which says the Bush administration had expressed growing concern about MILF links with the Jemaah Islamiyah, and JI's use of Mindanao-Sulawesi corridor, as well as doubts about the RP government's ability to end Muslim terrorism in Mindanao. The United States government has considered placing the MILF on the U.S. list of terrorist organizations. However, the Arroyo administration has opposed such a move as potentially jeopardizing the peace negotiations. Recently, the Bush administration has also voiced support for the Philippine MILF peace negotiations as the best means of delinking the MILF from the JI. So let me point out that number one, they are not in the list because ayaw ng Pilipinas. Tayo ang nagsabing wag sila ilagay sa listahan. I have also with me a PNP intelligence reports. This was made public in the past, 2007 and before, showing the financial links with different terrorism groups. Again, I will stop there because the MILF has also answered some of this, and we will have a different forum. But let me put on the record, Mr. President, that I stand by my word and by my accusation that we should then continue the negotiations for peace with the MILF, but we should continue the quest for peace unless talikuran ng MILF ang terrorism. I'm thankful that Chairman Iqbal is saying now that they are against terrorism, but let us go into that in the future hearings. But let me also manifest, Mr. President, I have been told again and again to be more sensitive in my statements. However, Professor Ferrer in the FOCAP yesterday, unless she's denying this and unless the reports are wrong, again referred to the operation as a bungled police operation. It was not bungled. They got Marwan. They were attacked afterward and massacred. So it was not a bungled operation. So if you're asking me to be more sensitive because there's a peace process, please be also sensitive to our AFP and PNP. Kaya natin sila question dito because we expect a lot of them. But let's not say that the operation was bungled when it was not bungled. Furthermore, Madam, paulit-ulit po niyo sinasabi na the key reason for this is that there was no coordination. We have read it 1,000 times in this hearing and in the House of Representatives. There is an exception sa rules ninyo mismo na kapag ka high-value target, hindi kailangan ng coordination. So stop saying that it is the lack of coordination that caused this massacre. It was because Marwan was there, and it was because the MILF and BIFF started shooting at our people. Mr. Chair, we will give them an opportunity to respond later on, but let me just finish my manifestation. Lastly, Mr. Chair, just like Senator JV here, I am being labeled as anti-Muslim. I'm not anti-Muslim. I'm a strong Christian, but we are taught to love everybody. We are taught even that sometimes non-Christians are even more Christian than Christian. We teach that in our city of Taguig, wherein the Blue Mosque, the front has been dilapidated for the last 20 years, and we're putting tens of millions to make the most beautiful park in front of the mosque. All Muslim high school graduates in the city of Taguig are automatically scholars in college, just like other Taguigueños. Our head of our public order and safety is a Muslim. If we did not trust a Muslims, why would we put them as head of our security? Our head of our barangay captains ABC is a Muslim. So why would we put him there, and why would he support him if we do not? We have tripled the number of teachers of the madrasa teachers. If we did not believe in them seeking their own future and seeking their own and for free choice, why would we do that? So the question be, why am I calling, or why have I labeled the organization as a terrorist? That is not meant as an insult, sir. And Chairman Iqbal, I hope you understand, it is an international legal term. There is a definition for terrorism. And I have several documents and several studies, and I'm sure you will, and you will dispute that meron din kayo. So we'll have another forum where we will be in equal footing, but today, sir, you are our guest, and as we allowed you to say a while ago, that you are against terrorism, allow me just to put that on record, that let us agree to disagree at that point. But I welcome if the MILF will turn its back on terrorism, and in that spirit, Mr. Chair, that is where I will begin my questions with your permission, Madam Chair. Chairman Iqbal, have you seen the video that is circulating about this viral video, no? Did you have the chance, sir? I heard you just came back from abroad, no?
The actual video, I did not see it. But on the newspaper, yes, I saw it this morning.
Would you agree with me, ho, na whoever did this are monsters and not people?
Yes, I agree with Madam, the Honorable Senator Crespo, that whoever did this would deserve the highest condemnation.
And you would agree with me that whoever did this is a terrorist?
I think if there is a word more than terrorist, it can be more than that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for that. I think that will make people realize that we can find common definitions in kind of people who do that. Chairman Iqbal, are you fighting for only the MILF, or are you fighting for all Moros and all Bangsamoro people?
Well, if you look at the Bangsamoro area wherein hopefully the Bangsamoro Basic Law would be applied, it's not only for the Muslims, but including the indigenous peoples and the Christians in the area.
So sir, hindi lang para sa sarili nyo, hindi lang para sa MILF, pero kung sa lahat ng tinatawag yung Bangsamoro, lahat ng nasa Mindanao at Sulu Archipelago.
Tama po, especially yung resulta. Everybody will benefit from the fruits of a peace agreement between the government of the Philippines, not only the Muslims, the Christians in the area, the indigenous peoples, but the entire Philippines, because if there is really peace in Mindanao, there would be progress and development.
So gusto nyo intindihin namin yung sitwasyon nyo, sapagkat ang pinaglalaban nyo hindi lang para sa MI, kung hindi sa lahat ng Bangsamoro.
That is precisely the reason why we have reached this far in the negotiation. Because in a negotiation, you need to understand the other side position in the same way that the other side would understand your position, and then we can move forward.
I'm very happy you said that, sir, because I hope you understand na kami naman po dito sa Senado ay pinaglalaban namin, hindi lang sarili namin, hindi lang Muslim, hindi lang Christian, hindi lang Iglesia ni Cristo, hindi lang yung walang religion, hindi lang ang mga Buddhist. Ang pinaglalaban namin dito, lahat ng Pilipino, lahat ng Mindanaoans, hindi po ba? So when we look upon the BBL, hindi namin pwedeng tignan yung Bangsamoro lang. Kailangan din namin tignan kung ano ang nararanasan, ano pakiramdam ng mga taga-Jensan, mga taga-Davao, mga taga-Zamboanga, mga taga-Visayas, mga taga-Luzon. Would you agree with me, sir?
Yes, as a matter of fact, when we discuss everything in the negotiation, from the framework agreement on the Bangsamoro to the comprehensive agreement on the Bangsamoro, every interest has factored in. But of course, we are solving a particular problem, which is contained in the agenda of the negotiation between the government of the Philippines since 1997. It was and it is how to solve the Bangsamoro problem.
But you understand po na hindi lang naman po kayo ang victim of injustice dito. 14 sa 20 probinsya na pinakamahirap sa buong Pilipinas ay nasa Mindanao. So kung naghihirap ang mga kapatid natin Moro o Muslim sa ARM, naghihirap din naman po yung sa ibang lugar sa Mindanao, and some of this was caused precisely by the rebellion of the MILF and the MNLF. Di po ba?
Tama po yun, but the case of the Moros is different from all the problems in the Philippines because it has a peculiar narrative.
Well, that is your point of view, Mr. Chairman. But the point of view ng lahat ng mga taga Davao, lahat ng taga Jensan, lahat ng taga Cagayan de Oro, is that they want to live in peace, pero because of the narrative of the Bangsamoro, sila po ang nagugulo. So that's why we're trying to find a solution. Pero dito sa BBL, lahat ng powers, lahat ng pondo, lahat ng pang-development binigay po sa inyo, pero hindi naman binigay sa ibang mga probinsya sa Mindanao.
That is precisely what I said, that the Bangsamoro people have a particular narrative. Kaya po ng sinabi ko kanina, pagdating ng Kastila, hindi lang sa Mindanao, ang saklaw namin pati rito sa Manila and Tondo was under the Muslims. And then during the Spanish time, we had a war with Spain for more than 300 years, and we were never been conquered. And then when the Americans arrived from 1898, nakita nila na talagang iba ang mga Moro, so they granted what they call the Moro province. So ganoon po.
Yes.
Ibig sabihin, if you look at history with history in a more objective way, talagang nawala na ang dapat na hindi mawala sa Bangsamoro.
Chairman Iqbal, I do not deny the injustice done to the Bangsamoro people. What I'm saying is that biktima din ng kalupitan ng Hapon nung gera ang ibang taga-Visayas at Mindanao at Luzon. Biktima din ng 300 na panahon ng Espanyol yung iba. But in the last 20 years, ang MILF at ang rebellion nyo, ang naging biktima, ang kapwa nyong Pilipino sa Mindanao. Dahil kung hindi kayo gumamit ng dahas sa inyong struggle for self-determination, peaceful naman dapat ang Mindanao ngayon eh. Pero ang pinili nyo kasi ay gumamit ng hindi lang ng dahas, hindi lang armed struggle, pero terrorist acts like bombing, arson, and destruction of... I'll give you an example, sir, Mr. Chairman. Sinabi ni Secretary Deles nung isang araw, isipin nyo, sir, nakakagawa na ng kalye ngayon dahil sa ceasefire. Abay, magpapasalamat pa pala kami sa inyo na nakakagawa kami ng kalye. Eh kung kayong humaharang, kayo sumusunog sa gamit ng mga kontraktor, kayo sumusunog sa mga gamit ng gumagawa ng eskwelahan, gumagawa ng patubig, gumagawa ng irrigation sa Mindanao, then you will say that there is no peace. Hindi ba parang hindi naman even sa ating negotiations yan? Because you are negotiating through the barrel of the gun. Eh. We are not. You have heard our armed forces. You have heard our PNP. Diba? You are free to say whatever you want to say. You are free to organize. You can run for President of the Philippines. You can change this whole nation. But kami dito, we do not negotiate from the barrel of the gun. Have we used the AFP? Have we used the PNP, sir? But kayo po, you're using the barrel of the gun. Therefore, you are saying you are for peace, but kayo po ang nagwawara sa amin. Eh.
Madam Chair.
Can I?
Ano lang?
Governor, a quick
Yes,
manifestation.
Just a manifestation with the indulgence, of course, of Senator Allan. Alam mo, Senator Allan, matagal tayong magkasama sa Kongreso. At naniniwala rin po ako na marami kang constituency sa Taguig. Pero ang akin lang, ang application natin, halimbawa, tulad ng terorismo, hindi ko kinakampihan ng MILF dito. Halimbawa, itatanong ko lang, tinag ba natin ng NPA kung nagsunog sila ng equipment ng mga mina? Kung nagbomba sila, tinag ba ng Philippine government o ng ating gobyerno o ng ating batas na sila ay terorista? Noong 2000, ganito rin, Your Honor, gusto ko lang pakita para parehong application natin sa batas. Dahil alam nyo, yung hearing na to sa totoo lang, pagbasahin nyo lahat ng social media, pag merong magsalita against the Bangsamoro, lahat ng laman ng social media, parang ang kasalanan na to ay kasalanan ng buong mamamayang Moro.
Sandali lang, putulin
ang
kita doon.
sinasabi...
Sorry, just on that one point, I'm referring not to the Moros or the Muslim. Meron din Kristiyano na terorista. I'm talking about the MILF and their choice to use arms. You did not choose to use arms. You chose to run, and you're doing a good job, and we're fully supporting you. We supported doubling your budget. This is the BBL. Kung sa'yo ibibigay ito dahil elected ka, may tiwala ako. Because you did not burn down houses. You did not burn down school buildings. No? Yes, I also called the NDF terrorists for burning down yung mga factory at saka yung mga cell sites na sinusunog. Sir, terrorism yon under the law. Magkasama po tayo nung tumakas ang Abu Sayyaf, di ba? Magkasama doon tayo nung pinipigilan natin ang pulis na masaktan ang kahit sino sa kanila, even if they're labeled terrorist. Hindi ba yung mga Abu Sayyaf gusto nilang barilin? Sabi natin, hindi, kahit tumakas. Pero sir, ang ginawa po ng MILF, nandito po sa history. Pag nahuli nila, na-capture nila, pinupugutan ng ulo eh. So hindi ba terrorism yon? Prisoner of war na yon, hindi dapat saktan yun eh.
Meron na bang napugutan ng ulo?
Meron sir. Yung sa Albarca dun sa 8 na hinuli nila, 6 po ay pinatay nila, inexecute po nila.
Papamanhin niyo po dahil hindi ako senador. Nabasa na ba natin kung ano yung resulta ng investigasyon ng Albarca?
Sir,
at kung sino yung mga involved doon sa nangyari na yun, Abu Sayyaf ba, individual ba o MILF?
Sir, it was in the MILF website that they claimed credit. And then nung pinatay po yung 6, sinabi nila. And as I said, to be fair kay Chairman Iqbal, hindi ko bringing out ngayon, but I have the documents that will show the link between the Abu Sayyaf, the BIFF, and the MILF. So sir, let us please, Governor, we're friends, di ba? And we are just here to protect our Muslim brothers. But I'm talking about the armed component. I'm not talking about the peaceful Muslims. Kawawa talaga yung marami natin Muslim na kababayan sa arm. We want a better life for them, sir. Pero ang pinag-uusapan ko dito, yung paggamit ng armas, walang nananalo. I don't want war because no one wins.
Your Honor, medyo nag-worry lang ako. Ang pinagbatayan natin ng definition at pagtag sa MILF na terrorist because of the US tag. Remember ho, si Nelson Mandela noong 2000, year 2000, tinag din po ng US
yes, but Nelson
na terrorista. Later tinanggal
Governor,
nila. Likewise,
Nelson
Fidel
never
Castro
used
po.
arms. Nelson Mandela, just like Gandhi, was for peaceful resistance. Hindi, and whenever there was an armed group ho, that was a freedom fighter, there are rules of engagement.
Diba natin ngayon ang NPI terrorista?
Yes, sir. They're in the
Okay,
international
thank you.
list. At sinasabi ko po, kahit sino po, and let it make it clear, Governor, in fact, ang tingin ko, mas marami pang Kristiyano na terorista kaso sa Muslim na terorista. Just this morning, nasa ABS-CBN, in the US, may nahuling Kristiyanong terorista. No? Sa labanan ng Israel at saka ng Pakistan, there are terrorism on both sides, sir. So, I'm sorry, sir. You are my friend. Your constituents are my constituents. If you're offended, it was not meant to offend our brother Muslims. I'm talking about the armed component. And I'm just taking advantage that we have a very articulate, but very, a chairman in the peace panel who is very, how do you put it, maganda yung kanyang demeanor. So I can talk to him. Unlike kung commander yung kaharap natin, barilan na to.
Hindi, ako
So,
last point
Okay,
lang.
point of order.
Madam Chair, can we go back to the original purpose of this hearing? We can appreciate that it can digress a bit, but we might be forgetting the original purpose of the hearing is as stated in the various resolutions. Just a word of caution to our colleagues and our resource persons. We have expressed our views on this, but let's go back to the original purpose of the investigation. Thank you very much.
Governor Hataman, perhaps you can write also a response to your exchanges with Senator Cayetano. And Mr. Iqbal, you have something to add?
Yes.
We will stop the time for Senator Cayetano. He still has some time. If you would allow
Yes, and please don't count the time with my exchange with the governor. And I will approach him later so that we can address the concerns. And in my future statements, I will make sure that that it will be understood properly.
So,
Thank you.
in the meantime, Senator Cayetano, will we please allow Mr. Iqbal to give his short statement and answer questions?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. I just want to react to the statement of the good senator about him saying that the MILF use force instead of reasoning out. I think we should go back a little into history. Nung mapasama na ang mga Moro sa Pilipinas sa Pilipinas, medyo gumanda ang takbo, ang buhay nila. Pero kasama diyan nung dumating ang Hapon, magkasama ang mga Filipinos at saka yung mga Moros lumaban sa Hapon. Pero after the war, di ba? After the war, maraming batas na ipinasa ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas. Meron pa yung sinasabi natin, Quirino Recto colonization of Mindanao. Ibig sabihin, the Philippines is treating Mindanao as a colony. At sinasabi pa doon, the ultimate solution to the Moro problem is to settle people from Luzon and Visayas into Mindanao. Then, tumakbo ang panahon hanggang sa 1960. I do not want to mention this one, but in order to strengthen out what is really the correct narrative, then I have to say this. 1968, ano nangyari? Meron massacre sa corridor. Meron mga trainees dyan, namatay. Minasakre sila ng sundalo, Philippine Constabulary siguro yon, pinatay sila. Then, siyempre, that was an eyewitness. I was here in Manila because I was studying in Manila at the time. We even had a rally or demonstration in front of Malacanang sa Freedom Park. Naka 9 days po yun, nandun po kami. Day and night, nandun po kami demonstrating against the massacre of Moro trainees in Corridor. Then after that, dahil sa Corridor Massacre, nagiging eyewitness, nagiging eye-opener rather, nung nagkaroon ng massacre sa Corridor. Then after that, nakita ng mga leaders ng mga Moro na talagang wala ng future dito sa Philippine Republic. Then the late Governor Dato' Dugmatalam organized the Mindanao Independence Movement. Pagkatapos niyan po, nag-react po yung mga Kristiyano sa Mindanao, they organized the Ilaga. Yung Ilaga po, ang dami pong pinatay sa amin. Mga tens of thousands of mga Moros na napatay ng mga Ilaga. Pero hanggang this time, wala pong justisya. So nakikita ng mga Moro na ang laban hindi patas. So hindi sila makapag-argue legally dahil talo sila. So ang nangyari sa Moro, nag-organize sila to defend themselves, ang gagamitin armas kasi doon sila patas. Di ba? So ganun po nagumpisa yan. Until such time, I do not want to mention this one, but it has to be factored in this current discussion. Nagkaroon po aside from yung mga massacres na ginawa ng mga Ilaga sa amin, nagkaroon po ng martial law. Alam ba natin kung ilan ba ang mga massacres nung panahon na yon? Nandito po ang listanan. Halimbawa, ang babanggitin ko lang dito, hindi masyadong marami. June 19, 1971, meron tayong Manila Massacre. 70 ang patay. October 24, 1971, 66 ang patay. Yung sinasabi natin, Magsaysay Massacre sa Lanao. Taktakob Massacre, 4 po ang namatay, November 22, 1971. And then, Pata Island Massacre, February 1981, 2,000 po ang patay. And then, according to government, it's only 750 dead. Patikul Massacre, October 1977, 600 po ang patay. Meron pa patay po sa Malisbong, Palimbang, Sultan Kudarat, more than 1,000 na mga Moro, babae, bata, matanda, pinatay ng sundalo. Hanggang ngayon wala pong hustisya. So, nag-organize po kami dahil ang hindi po, gaya ng sinabi ko, hindi patas ang laban. Kung ang usapan lang ganyan, hindi patas. Patas ang laban kung armas ang gagamitin natin. However, nakikita namin at siguro nakikita rin ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas na hindi magwakas ang gera sa Mindanao kung magpapatuloy yung gera natin. Kaya nung imbitahan ng MILF 1997 na mag-usap para sa kapayapaan, so nag-respond po ang MILF hanggang sa nagkaroon ng ceasefire agreement, and then tumuloy po ang pag-uusap hanggang sa namating tayo sa panahon ngayon kung saan ang presidente, si President Aquino, nakita po namin ang katapatan ng presidente, may trust and conference. Kaya po, malayo na po ang inabot ng pag-uusap ng gobyerno ng Pilipinas sa MILF na pirmahan ng Comprehensive Agreement on Bangsamoro, yung Framework Agreement on Bangsamoro, na isulat po ang Bangsamoro Basic Law, nasa Kongreso na po yan, nasa Senado po. Kaya po, yan po ang daan patungo po na hindi na natin babalikan yung nangyari na lahat tayo natalo, lahat tayo biktima. So yun po ang sagot ko po sa Honorable Senator Cayetano na hindi ho tama yung sinasabi na halimbawa Ibinibigyan nyo kami ng kalsada, halimbawa ganyan, ang sinusukli po namin ay armas. Kasi nauna po kami na nagiging biktima.
Well,
Ganun
Chairman,
po ang nangyari dyan.
thank you for that quick note in history. And we really mourn with you for the injustices. No? Nagluluksa din kami sa injustices na nangyari sa ating mga kapwa, mga kapatid na Muslim. Ang sinasabi ko lang po, one injustice will not give justice to another injustice. Habang tuloy-tuloy po ang labanan, hindi ganyan mangyayari. Kaya po dito pa po papunta yung tanong ko with the indulgence ng mga kasama ko. Sir, paano kung ibigay yung BBL tapos hindi manalo yung MILF? Kasi dito po we have a commitment to democracy. People have to choose their leaders. Kung hindi manalo MILF, gera po ulit tayo or irerespetuhin niyo po yung eleksyon?
Alam po ninyo, may proseso yan eh. Halimbawa, ngayon, sinulat ang Bangsamoro Basic Law ng Bangsamoro Transition Commission na naisubmit na po yan sa opisina ng Presidente, nagkaroon po ng agreed version. Then, it was submitted to Congress for the lower house and the upper house. Nandun po sa Malacanang, September 10. Nandun po ako, nandun po ang kagalang-galang na Senate President.
Siguro sir, pasensya na po pero limited kasi time. Simple lang man tanong, kung napasa ang BBL, nagkaroon ng fair and honest election, natalo ang partido ng MLF, balik ba kayo sa gera or you will respect already the will of the people?
Alam po ninyo, pag nagkaroon po tayo ng regular election sa 2016, hopefully, nag-decommission na po yung MILF.
Yes, but your political party, kayo din po. Can we answer the question
wala na pong
directly?
armas. Wala na pong armas ang MILF. Pag naipasa ang basic law at nagkaroon po tayo ng Bangsamoro Transition Authority and then afterward, ma-establish po ang Bangsamoro government.
Sir, pasensya na po, pero wag na tayo paikot-ikot kasi si Chairman Murad may sulat kay Chairman Rufus at sinabi nag-organize na kayo ng partido nyo
Tama po.
to join the political process.
Tama
So,
po
sumali kayo at natalo kayo.
Eh di talo.
So, hindi na tayo babalik sa gera?
Hindi na ho. Kasi,
It's okay. Kung manalo naman po kayo,
eh di mas maganda.
sir, kung manalo po kayo, hindi pa po sir ako tapos, meron naman tayong BIFF.
Yan ang issue na paulit-ulit na bumabalik.
No.
Alam po niyo ganito.
Sir, sandali lang po ha. Wala pa kasi yung tanong. Kasi nakipag-negotiate tayo sa MNLF, humiwalay po kayo. And then nabigyan po ng ARM, nabigyan po ng chance for self-governance, pinili po ng MI to continue the armed struggle. Nilakasan ng ARM, MI continue. Nung MI, kinausap po ng Arroyo government, nagbuo naman ng BI. So marami kasi nagsasabi, pag binigay ito, wala ng gera. Ang problema po, every time na may isang paksyon ng revolutionary forces ng Bangsamoro na nakipag-usap sa gobyerno, lumalakas naman yung kabilang force. So ito po yung question ko. Ito po ang mapa to go straight to the incident, no? Saan po dito ang BI at saan po dito ang MI? Ito po ay provided po ng AFP yung mapa na to.
Your Honor, would I be permitted to answer the first question?
Yeah.
Kasi paulit-ulit po yung tanong na halimbawa, nag-negotiate ng MNLF, pagkatapos mag-negotiate ng MILF, and then pagkatapos ng negotiation sa MILF, baka meron pang susulot po dyan, magkaroon ng negotiation. Ganito po yan. Kasi, kaya nga ho, ang MILF nag-agree mag-negotiate sa gobyerno ng Pilipinas kasi natingnan po namin yung 1996 agreement between the government and the MNLF, hindi ho kompleto. Talagang hindi ma-address ang Moro problem.
Sir, yun din ang sinasabi ng BIFF ngayon.
Sandali
na sila will continue to but what I want to point out, sir, is that hiwalay ba talaga kayo ng BIFF?
Please allow me to continue.
Sige, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Hiwalay ba ang BIFF sa MILF? Yes, sinabi ko na po doon sa opening statement ko. Ngayon, sasagutin ko yung pangalawang katanungan. After sa MNLF, nag-negotiate ang MILF at nakita po naman natin na yung Bangsamoro Basic Law ay na-address po ang legitimate grievances ng Bangsamoro people. So, ibig sabihin, pag naipasa po yan at na-implement po, wala na pong pwedeng lumaban sa gobyerno ng Pilipinas na may legitimacy. Mayroon legitimate cause kasi na-address na lahat. Halimbawa, palagay natin, mananatili ang BIFF dyan, pero wala na silang cause to fight the government. Because the government has already addressed the legitimate cause, legitimate grievances of the Bangsamoro.
Sir, yun din ang sinabi ng MNLF. Nung MNLF ang nakaanot, si Nur Miswari naging governor, sabi niya, wala nang legitimacy ang MILF dahil naibigay nyo na, dagdagan nyo kami ng pondo. Tinuloy ng MILF. Ngayon naman po, kayo nagsasalita po niyan. Pero ngayon pa lang po, sa sarili niyong controlled area, kaya ako pinapakita yung area, yung mapa, hindi niyo makontrol yung BIFF. So, paano niyo po sasabihin na kapag nanalo kayo sa Bangsamoro juridical entity or sa Bangsamoro government, ay kaya niyo nang kontrolin ang BIFF? But I leave that as a hanging question, sir. But can you answer my question dito? Saan po dito ang BIFF? Saan dito ang MILF?
I am not in a position to answer that
So if
question.
you're
But
not-
however, I will go back to your question that it's about control. With due respect dito sa mga matataas na pinuno ng Armed Force of the Philippines at sa kakapulisan, wala naman total control na sinasabi natin.
Madam Chair, because my time is off, I just like to show that in this map, and witnesses have shown, nagahalo ang BI at ang MILF. Even the governor said kanina, it's a community, no? And kaya ko rin to pinapakita dahil ito pong yung isang commander po nila, si Commander Tundok. On February 23, 2014, commander of the Moro Islamic Liberation Front was arrested for charges of arson and murder, no? He was described as a high-value target. Pinaghirapan po ito ng military. But 2 days later, Tundok was released after government and rebel groups had a special talk at they made manifestations before the judge. Si Tundok daw ang nagsumbong at tumulong daw sa peace. Pero kung titignan niyo po ang numero na nandito at titignan niyo po yung numero ng armed groups na nasa Oplan Exodus, doble po yung nasa Oplan Exodus. At kung titignan niyo po yung command ni Wahid Tundok ay sumama din sa labanan. Meaning, the MI and BI fought together. And how can they say that they are apart? Lastly, Madam Chair, just very quickly, Madam Chair, no? Chairman Iqbal, can you tell me bakit significant yung address na to? Barangay Katol, General Pedatu, Maguindanao. If you can be honest with us, why is this significant to the MILF?
What document is that?
This is an address. It's Barangay Katol, General Pendatu. Hindi ba nandito yung gawaan ng armas ng MILF?
I'm not aware of that.
Can we show the Barrett? Ito po ang pumatay at bumasag sa bungo ng marami po sa ating mga SAF. Ang isa nito ay 750,000 to 1 million pesos. Hindi po kaya ng 2 buwan lang na training ang gumagamit na to dahil ang effective range nito sa 50 caliber na bala ay 2 kilometers. No? Ito po ay may gawaan na po ng bala nito at may gawaan kaya kahit anong surrender ng gamit ay meron na po. Meron na pong BMMI. Do you confirm or deny that, Chairman Iqbal? BMMI, Bangsamoro Military Industries. Nakasama dito ang 3 gawaan ng armas.
I am a member of the MILF, highest political organs, but I am not aware of that.
Okay. Lastly, Madam Chair, sabi niyo po
Senator.
hindi niyo kilala, just a statement na lang po. Sabi niyo hindi niyo kilala si Marwan, pero po nung operation po ng militar, ang report po ay siya'y tumakbo dun po sa MILF Academy at ang sumundo sa kanya ay yung mga commander ng MILF. Ito po yung last operation po bago siya nahuli. Can you respond to that then? I'll thank you very much, Madam, for your patience that I went over time.
What academy are you referring to, Your Honor?
Well,
What
so
academy?
you're denying that there is a MILF Academy in Maguindanao,
Before, there was in Campo Pubacar, but now no more.
in Mamasapano.
We don't have.
May I ask General Napeñas, no, if he heard of such an academy?
I just heard about that word a few weeks ago, Your Honor, but I have no confirmation if there was
But you confirm, sir, that there was an operation before you made by the military. Di ba maraming operation yon? Na sunod-sunod from 20, nung una sinabi patay na siya, nung ginawa sa Sulu, and then nawala, then you had hindi Terminator, yung Wolverine 1 and 2, yung 2 nawala, at yung 2 hindi niya kayo natuloy dahil sa nag-back out yung militar, and then yung militar, hindi nila nakuha dahil dun daw tumakbo sa MILF Academy at ang sumundo daw sa kanya doon ay ang mga MILF commander. And by the way, can you confirm or deny, ang bahay ni Marwan ngayon used to be a house of a former MILF commander. Ito po ay exclusive na nakuha ng Channel 7 sa pag-i-interview sa mga tao doon na commander din ng MILF ang bahay na ginamit niya.
Okay,
Does
yun na lang
anyone-
po yung mga katanungan. These are very important questions and I thank you, Senator Cayetano. But after answering those questions, no more follow-up and we will have another statement. I would like to remind also our senators present here today, we have a very vital executive session. We have to interview the two survivors and also for their security, we cannot have them here. So we will try to finish this at 2:30. And after these round of questions, then we can go to executive session. So now,
that it is lack of coordination that caused this massacre. It was because Marwan was there, and it was because the MILF and BIFF started shooting at our people. Mr. Chair, we will give them a opportunity to respond later on, but let me just finish my manifestation. Lastly, Mr. Chair, just like Senator JV here, I am being labeled as anti-Muslim. I'm not anti-Muslim. I'm a strong Christian, but we are taught to love everybody. We are taught even that sometimes non-Christians are even more Christian than Christian. We teach that in our city of Taguig, wherein the Blue Mosque, the front has been dilapidated for the last 20 years and we're putting tens of millions to make the most beautiful park in front of the mosque. All Muslim high school graduates in the city of Taguig are automatically scholars in college, just like other Taguigueños. Our head of our public order and safety is a Muslim. If we did not trust Muslims, why would we put them as head of our security? Our head of our barangay captains, ABC, is a Muslim. So why would we put him there and why would he support him if we do not? We have tripled the number of teachers of the madrasa teachers. If we did not believe in them seeking their own future and seeking their own and for free choice, why would we?
The chair will now recognize Senator Allan Cayetano and then turn over the presiding job to the regular chair.
thank you, Senate President.
Mr. President, Madam Chairman, Chairperson, before I ask my questions, out of respect to Chairman Iqbal and to the side of the MILF who humbly came here to the hearing, and out of thanksgiving that he is here today, I will not argue with him about terrorism, and I do not want it to be an embarrassing situation because we do want the lines to be open. However, allow me to make these manifestations, then they will be free to answer later on, or I am available anytime, anywhere, in any forum to discuss all of this. First of all, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, I'd like to manifest that the statement of Secretary Deles that the MILF flirted with terrorism, that is the word she used, that any revolutionary group flirts with terrorism, is not that accurate. I have here before me a report given to the members of the Congress of the United States of America, updated August 10, 2007, Congressional Research Service, which says the Bush administration had expressed growing concern about MILF links with the Jemaah Islamiyah, and JI's use of Mindanao Sulawesi corridor, as well as doubts about the RP government's ability to end Muslim terrorism in Mindanao. The United States government has considered placing the MILF on the U.S. list of terrorist organizations. However, the Arroyo administration has opposed such a move as potentially jeopardizing the peace negotiations. Recently, the Bush administration has also voiced support for the Philippine MILF peace negotiations as the best means of delinking the MILF from the JI. So let me point out that number one, they are not in the list because ayaw ng Pilipinas. Tayo ang nagsabing wag sila ilagay sa listahan. I have also with me a PNP intelligence reports. This was made public in the past, 2007 and before, showing the financial links with different terrorism groups. Again, I will stop there because the MILF has also answered some of this, and we will have a different forum. But let me put on the record, Mr. President, that I stand by my word and by my accusation that we should then continue the negotiations for peace with the MILF, do that. So the question be, why am I calling or why have I labeled the organization as a terrorist? That is not meant as an insult, sir. And Chairman Iqbal, I hope you understand, it is an international legal term. There is a definition for terrorism. And I have several documents and several studies, and I'm sure you will, and you will dispute that meron din kayo. So we'll have another forum where we will be in equal footing. But today, sir, you are our guest. And as we allowed you to say a while ago that you are against terrorism, allow me just to put that on record that let us agree to disagree at that point. But I welcome if the MILF will turn its back on terrorism. And in that spirit, Mr. Chair, that is where I will begin my questions with your permission, Madam Chair. Chairman Iqbal, have you seen the video that is circulating about this viral video, no? Did you have the chance, sir? I heard you just came back from abroad, no?
The actual video, I did not see it. But on the newspaper, yes, I saw it this morning.
Would you agree with me, ho, na whoever did this are monsters and not people?
Yes, I agree with Madam.
But we should continue the quest for peace unless talikuran ng MILF ang terrorism. I'm thankful that Chairman Iqbal is saying now that they are against terrorism, but let us go into that in the future hearings. But let me also manifest, Mr. President, I have been told again and again to be more sensitive in my statements. However, Professor Ferrer in the FOCAP yesterday, unless she's denying this and unless the reports are wrong, again referred to the operation as a bungled police operation. It was not bungled. They got Marwan. They were attacked afterward and massacred. So it was not a bungled operation. So if you're asking me to be more sensitive because there's a peace process, please be also sensitive to our AFP and PNP. Kaya natin sila question dito because we expect a lot of them. But let's not say that the operation was bungled when it was not bungled. Furthermore, Madam, paulit-ulit po niyo sinasabi na the key reason for this is that there was no coordination. We have read it 1,000 times in this hearing and in the House of Representatives. There is an exception sa rules ninyo mismo na kapag high value target, hindi kailangan ng coordination. So stop saying